Welcome back to my channel, and today guys we'll be making this beautiful trending gown. Right, this particular gown, I saw it on SHEIN. Right now it's a hot sale on SHEIN. So as usual guys, this is my measurement: shoulder, waist, hip and half length, gown length 62. Okay, pause the video to understand the calculation. Now the calculation you're seeing, because it's a stretchy fabric, I did not add any sewing allowance. And it equally depends on how stretchy your fabric is, okay, when sewing this. And there is no zip allowance, have that in mind. And the fabric in question is stretchy, okay, so there is no allowance added to it. So let's go to the cutting. You already know you fold your fabric into four, all right, because there is no zip allowance. What you have as your front is the same with what you have at your back. You can decide to put zip at it, then to read, you can decide to add zip at the side of the gown, okay? So this is mine. I folded into four. This particular paper is folded into four, okay? So folded into four, I have my shoulder to mark. My shoulder is 8, so I just marked 8 on it, okay? So let me start with other basic measurement with the armhole depth, all right? I'm going for 7.5 with the waistline, hip line, gown length, okay? That is my half length, all right? That which happens to be my waist, okay? Then my hip, 26, okay? Then my gown length, 62 according to the measurement, okay? That is what I just marked. So I'll go ahead and use tape, rule, to straighten the lines out, okay? So that is my long rule I'm using to straighten it out, all right, to mark, know my lines where they are, okay, and where to measure. Okay, so that is it, all right? So the next is to mark my gown length, which is down there. Now having done that, my bust, waist, hip and gown length, that is the 62 is the gown length, okay? Then we continue. Now before that, let me mark out my bust measurement, okay? Now you know there is no sewing allowance according to the calculation. What my bust, I got 9, 7.5 for the waist, and hip 10.5, okay? So these are the measurement. Now for the down, that is where the gown length is, I will equally mark my hip measurement, all right? I will equally mark my hip measurement. You can use pencil, but it's better you go down with your hip measurement since you still slant it, all right? So I went down with my hip measurement. I'm connecting, okay? So I've connected. Next in my shoulder, I need to connect my shoulder straight down, okay? See, then give it that curve, yeah. So having done that, this is more like a basic dress, okay, basic pattern for gown. But because what we are sewing is off shoulder, okay, because what we are sewing is off shoulder, I'll be taking out 4. An illusion, I'm going for 4 inches. Yours can be more, you can go for 5, but I'm okay with 4, okay? I don't want it too exposing, all right? So I'll call it my chest, my upper chest. You know, it starts from the upper chest, all right? So what I took away from the shoulder is 4 down. Now, having done that, I'll take out 2 inches from the shoulder. You know, originally I marked 8. Now, I'll take out 2 inches, marking 6. Connect my armhole to it, all right? That is it. Hope you understand what I did. I went down by 4, took 2 inches from the shoulder, connected it to the armhole and curved. Alright, that is it. Now we can now cut. Now the 2 inches I took away, you can take 5 depending on how stretchy your fabric is. Please, you can go with 5, sorry, 2, as in I have 6 left after taking out 2. I can decide to take out 3, having 5 left. Okay, so that 2 inches you can go for 3 inches depending on how stretchy the fabric you're using to make this dress is. Next is cutting. Okay, you can see I'm already cutting it. So after cutting, we take out the other parts, we use what we need. Now let me unpin and hold it very tight so it doesn't go off. Good, so that is it. All right, it has been unpinned. Now you can see my pattern. Yes, that is my pattern. Now you can cut this exactly what I'm cutting direct to the fabric. You can do that, but if you're a learner, a beginner, sorry, we are all learners. If you're a beginner, please try it out on pattern paper first before you try it on fabric. Okay, so that is it. All right, now the next thing to do is for us to determine where to open. Yes, we have to open it. Now the number of opening you want is matter of choice, and where you want it to start from. Yours can start from the waist. Yours can start, if you like, you still start from the hip. But for me, I'm going 2 inches below the hip. I want to give the hip that fitting first before it starts. So 2 inches below the hip, I marked. All right, that is where I want my opening to start. Okay, then I'll start inventing the pieces into it, the flares into it. Now, for this dress, you can see the openings are 2 in the front. Okay, then 1 by both sides. So only 1 line is where you open. I'm cutting exactly what is here. The other white you're seeing by the side are where you're supposed to join. Okay, the joining is now part of the part where you add white to. Okay, so but for me, I'm going with only this one. What I marked now is my nipple to nipple, which is 4. What I marked right now is 4. Then I connected it down. Have that in mind. Okay, 4, and I connected it down. Next thing is to cut. Now you watch, I'm cutting the 2. The fabric is folded into 2. These are, so I'm cutting everything. So my front, my back is together in what I'm cutting right now. So let me open it up. You see the results. Okay, remember I have my back and front together, so this is it. Now that is my back, the other is my front. You see it. Okay, now the next thing for us to do is to cut that white, what will attach. How to cut the what is attachable to the flare, to the opening. Now the distance between your black to the next black at the down of the fabric is determined by you and by the number of fabric you have. Okay, but the minimum should be 10 inches, meaning you can have 15 inches. But have it in mind, the more fuller it is, the more flare it is. Alright, the more lengther it is, the more full it is. But let it not be too full. Okay, between 10 to 15 is okay. When you fold, alright, that is what I'm saying. Good. 10 to 15. 10 to 15 equals okay. Now this is what I'm to apply. It is white. All right, folded into 4. Okay, now I'll just use the rule and connect. You can see how it is. Now you're to cut it in a triangular form, right? You know, you need to have that sharp edge. That is why I'm cutting it this way. Okay, watch me while I cut it. It's not in triangular form. It should be in V. Do I call it V? Sharp V. Should give you a sharp V kind of. Yes, this is how it should be. Now I folded into 4 pieces and I got this 2 pieces for the 2 center front. Right now, for me to go round, I need these 2 in 3 places. You can see it is 10 in total. Yours can be 15 in total, meaning when you fold into 4, you should be having. Now, this 10 that I got, when I folded it into 4, I got 5. So when you're going for 15 folded into 4, you should be getting 7.5, because you get 2 pieces left. Then you start attaching it to the line. Okay, you see, you open it up starting from the beginning and so. All right, it is very necessary. You must cut it this A. Do I call it A shape or V shape? Whichever way. It has to be cut this way for you to get the perfect result. All right. Then once you're done with this, you add join your shoulder and all the rest of them. The sleeve, sorry. You join your sleeve, your dress is ready. So let's pin, okay? So you see the end result. Pin it properly. The wideness is by choice, okay? But with what I'm saying on the picture, it is no more than 15 in length, either between 15 to 20 inches in wideness, not in height. Wideness, okay, 20 inches. So let me pin. And watch my white. It's accurately this length of the same size with the gown. All right, now remember I measured 2 inches away from my hip, then I started cutting. It is accurately the same length, height with my dress, with the brown paper, okay? It is very important because you have to fold the hem, the down together. None should be shorter than any. So rather, the white you should have should be higher than the black, okay, in length, in height. In width is by choice. I think by this picture we have here, it should be between 15 and 20 in length. In width, sorry. That is the wideness of the white down. So let me finish pinning so we'll see how it looks. Okay, it actually looks beautiful. It is easy to sew. There's no lining. Fabric usually very stretchy. Okay. Now it cannot be cut in you cannot cut it in a flay way. For those that wants to cut 90 degree, please, you cannot use 90 degree for this, okay? It has to be cut straight. So that's my last pinning. Let's pin the other one. Good. That is it. All right, you can see how it looks. Though this is paper. All right, you can see the white. Let me open it up. And this is how it looks. Okay. You can make your white more wider anyway. Now, the same with the back. The same thing you did in the front is what you do at the back, okay? Then when you come to the side, you equally add the white to the side. Now, let's cut the sleeve. Okay, let's cut the sleeve. You can take measure, but this pattern are folded into 5. Just want to show you easiest way to cut it, when you fold into 4, the size of your roundness of sleeve, all right, divided by 2. Whatever it gives you, you take the measurement, then fold by. Now you can see I placed it. Now the placing, I took out 1.25 inches from, I shifted it away, then curved it. That armhole needs to be, I need enough for my sleeve, okay? So you just slant it down. It's very easy to cut. Then you equally check your roundness of sleeve, okay? At the ending point, check if the roundness of sleeve, your wrist measurement, you can see it. So I needed that armhole curve, to enable me, so I'll be able to sew it easily. You can see this to this, all right? This to this, the same thing you sew the other fabric to, and